Waking up at 3:30 a.m. and what it really means. Turn off worry and insomnia with this quick skill. Have you ever woken up at 3:30 a.m., heart racing, mind spinning with worries, and wondered why this specific time seems to haunt so many of us? You're not alone. Millions of people around the world experience this phenomenon, waking up in the middle of the night, unable to fall back asleep, plagued by thoughts that won't quit. But here's the kicker. Waking up at 3:30 a.m. isn't just random. There's actually science behind it, and understanding what's happening can transform the way you handle those restless nights. In this video, we'll dive deep into the mystery of why 3:30 a.m. feels like a curse for so many people. We'll explore the surprising reasons your body might be waking up at this exact time, uncover the psychological triggers keeping you awake, and reveal how you can turn off worry and insomnia using one simple skill. By the end of this video, you'll have actionable tools to reclaim your sleep and your peace of mind. So, if you've ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at 3:30 a.m., wondering why you can't just relax and go back to sleep, stick around. The answers you've been searching for are right here. The science behind waking up at 3:30 a.m. Your body's internal clock is playing tricks on you. Let's start with the basics. Your body has an internal clock called the circadian rhythm. This natural timing system regulates everything from when you feel sleepy to when you're most alert during the day. For most people, the deepest stages of sleep occur earlier in the night, while lighter sleep phases dominate the early morning hours. Around 3:30 a.m., your body is naturally transitioning between these cycles, making it more susceptible to waking up, even from small disturbances like noise or stress. But why does this particular time seem so notorious? Well, it turns out that 3:30 a.m. often coincides with a dip in cortisol levels, a hormone responsible for managing stress and energy. When cortisol drops too low, your brain may interpret this as a signal to wake up. Combine this hormonal shift with any underlying anxiety or overthinking tendencies, and suddenly, you're wide awake, staring at the clock. The role of stress and anxiety in sleep disruption. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, stress. If you've ever woken up at 3:30 a.m. feeling like your mind is running a marathon, chances are stress is the culprit. During the day, distractions and activities help keep our worries at bay. But at night, when everything slows down, unresolved issues tend to bubble to the surface. Your subconscious mind uses this quiet time to process emotions, replay scenarios, and try to solve problems, all while you're lying there, helpless to stop it. Research shows that chronic stress can disrupt sleep patterns significantly. For example, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that individuals with high stress levels were 3 times more likely to experience insomnia than those with lower stress levels. This means that if you're dealing with ongoing worries, whether they're work-related, personal, or even existential, it's no wonder you're waking up at odd hours. Is it spiritual, psychological, or purely biological? Some cultures and belief systems suggest that waking up at 3:30 a.m. has spiritual significance. In fact, this time is sometimes referred to as the witching hour, believed to be when supernatural forces are strongest. While there's no scientific evidence supporting these claims, the idea persists because it resonates emotionally. People want explanations for things they don't fully understand, and attributing nighttime awakenings to something mystical can provide a sense of control, or at least curiosity. From a psychological perspective, however, waking up at this time could simply reflect unresolved emotional baggage. Psychologists often point out that dreams and nighttime thoughts are windows into our unconscious minds. If you consistently wake up at 3:30 a.m., it might be worth exploring what recurring themes or fears are surfacing during these moments. Are you avoiding certain challenges? Do you need closure on past events? These questions can guide you toward deeper self-awareness, how modern life amplifies sleep problems. Lastly, we can't ignore the role modern life plays in disrupting sleep. Blue light exposure from screens, irregular schedules due to work demands, and constant connectivity all contribute to poor sleep hygiene. Studies show that excessive screen time before bed suppresses melatonin production, the hormone that helps regulate sleep-wake cycles. This makes it harder to fall asleep initially and stay asleep throughout the night. Add caffeine consumption, late-night eating habits, and lack of physical activity to the mix, and you've got a recipe for frequent nighttime awakenings. So, while waking up at 3:30 a.m. might feel mysterious, it's often the result of a combination of biological, psychological and environmental factors working against you. Understanding these dynamics is the first step toward breaking the cycle. Why worry takes over at night, and how to stop it. The brain's default mode network. Ever notice how your thoughts spiral out of control when you're trying to sleep? That's because your brain enters what's known as the default mode network, DMN, during periods of rest. Essentially, the DMN is like your brain's autopilot. It kicks in when you're not focused on external tasks, allowing you to reflect, ruminate, and daydream. While this function is essential for creativity and problem solving, it can also amplify negative thinking patterns, especially if you're already prone to anxiety. When you wake up at 3:30 a.m., your DMN goes into overdrive. Without distractions to occupy your mind, worries about tomorrow's meeting, financial pressures, or relationship conflicts take center stage. This mental chatter creates a vicious cycle. The more you think, the more anxious you become, and the harder it is to relax and drift back to sleep, breaking the cycle of negative thinking. The good news is that you can train your brain to break free from this pattern. One effective technique is mindfulness meditation. By focusing on your breath or a calming visualization, you can anchor your attention away from intrusive thoughts. Research shows that regular mindfulness practice reduces activity in the DMN, helping you achieve a state of mental clarity and calm. Another powerful tool is journaling. Writing down your thoughts before bed, or even in the middle of the night, can help you release pent-up emotions and clear your mind. Try jotting down 3 things you're grateful for, or listing actionable steps to address whatever's bothering you. This process not only provides emotional relief, but also signals to your brain that it's safe to let go of these concerns. Reframing worry through cognitive behavioral techniques. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, offers another approach to managing nighttime worry. CBT teaches you to identify distorted thought patterns and replace them with healthier alternatives. For instance, instead of catastrophizing, "I'll never get back to sleep and I'll fail at everything tomorrow," you can reframe the situation positively. "Even if I don't sleep perfectly tonight, I'll still function well enough to tackle my goals." Practicing gratitude and self-compassion can also make a huge difference. Instead of berating yourself for being awake, acknowledge that occasional sleep disruptions are normal and remind yourself that you're doing your best. Treating yourself with kindness rather than criticism reduces stress and promotes relaxation. Building resilience against future episodes. Finally, building resilience against future episodes of nighttime worry involves creating a supportive environment for restful sleep. Establishing a consistent bedtime routine, limiting caffeine intake after noon, and setting boundaries around technology use can all improve your chances of staying asleep. Additionally, engaging in regular exercise and spending time outdoors during daylight hours helps reset your circadian rhythm, making it easier to maintain healthy sleep patterns. By addressing both the root causes of your worry and implementing practical strategies to manage it, you can transform those dreaded 3:30 a.m. awakenings into opportunities for growth and healing. The hidden benefits of waking up at 3:30 a.m., a gateway to self-discovery. Believe it or not, waking up at 3:30 a.m. doesn't have to be a curse. It can actually be an opportunity. Many people who experience this phenomenon report that it becomes a turning point in their lives, forcing them to confront unresolved emotions or make meaningful changes. For instance, renowned author and motivational speaker Robin Sharma has often spoken about the power of waking up early to harness productivity and creativity. While he advocates for intentional early rising, the principle remains the same. Quiet, uninterrupted time allows you to connect with yourself on a deeper level. When you wake up at 3:30 a.m., instead of viewing it as a failure to sleep well, consider it a chance to explore your inner world. Whether you use this time to meditate, journal, or simply sit in silence, you're giving yourself space to process thoughts and feelings that might otherwise remain buried. Over time, this practice can lead to greater self-awareness, emotional resilience, and clarity about what truly matters to you. Unlocking creativity in the stillness. There's something magical about the pre-dawn hours. The world feels quieter, softer, almost suspended in time. Artists, writers, and innovators throughout history have tapped into this unique energy to fuel their creative endeavors. Take Vincent van Gogh, for example, who famously painted some of his most iconic works during late-night and early morning sessions. The absence of external noise and distractions creates fertile ground for imagination to flourish. If you find yourself awake at 3:30 a.m., why not experiment with channeling that energy into something creative? Keep a notebook by your bed and jot down ideas, sketches, or random musings that come to mind. You might be surprised by the insights and inspiration that arise when your conscious mind isn't competing with the demands of daily life. Even if you don't consider yourself creative, embracing this mindset can open doors to new perspectives and possibilities. Spiritual growth through solitude. For those inclined towards spirituality, waking up at 3:30 a.m. can serve as a sacred moment of connection. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of solitude and stillness for cultivating inner peace and wisdom. In Buddhism, monks often rise before dawn to engage in meditation and prayer, believing that the early morning hours are particularly conducive to spiritual awakening. Similarly, practitioners of yoga and mindfulness view this time as ideal for setting intentions and aligning with one's higher purpose. Even if you're not religious or spiritual, there's undeniable value in carving out moments of solitude. Sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, or reflecting on your values can foster a sense of grounding and presence. If you wake up at 3:30 a.m., try treating it as a gift rather than an inconvenience, a rare opportunity to step away from the chaos of life and reconnect with your true self. Practical tips for embracing the 3:30 a.m. awakening. Of course, reframing your perspective on waking up at 3:30 a.m. is easier said than done, especially if you're struggling with insomnia or anxiety. Here are a few practical tips to help you embrace this experience more positively. Avoid clock watching. Constantly checking the time only reinforces stress and frustration. Turn your clock away from view or cover it with a cloth to minimize temptation. Create a comfortable space. Make your bedroom inviting and calming. Dim lighting, soothing scents like lavender, and soft blankets can enhance relaxation. Engage in gentle activities. Instead of tossing and turning, try reading a book, listening to calming music, or practicing gentle stretches. These activities can ease tension without overstimulating your brain. Practice gratitude. When negative thoughts creep in, shift your focus to things you're grateful for. This simple act rewires your brain to prioritize positivity over worry. By adopting these strategies, you can transform what initially feels like a burden into a source of personal growth and transformation. Practical takeaways. How to turn off worry and insomnia. Step 1. Master the art of progressive muscle relaxation. One of the quickest ways to calm your nervous system and prepare your body for sleep is through progressive muscle relaxation, PMR. This technique involves tensing and then releasing different muscle groups, starting from your toes and working your way up to your head. As you systematically relax each part of your body, you'll notice a profound sense of physical and mental ease. Here's how to do it. Lie down comfortably in bed and close your eyes. Begin with your feet. Tense the muscles tightly for 5 seconds, then release completely. Move upward to your calves, thighs, abdomen, chest, arms, hands, neck, and face, repeating the process for each area. Focus on the contrast between tension and relaxation, allowing yourself to sink deeper into comfort with each release. Studies show that PMR reduces cortisol levels and promotes restorative sleep, making it an excellent tool for combating nighttime anxiety. Step 2. Use the 4-7-8 breathing technique, developed by Dr. Andrew Weil. The 4-7-8 breathing technique is a powerful method for inducing relaxation and slowing down racing thoughts. It works by activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body responsible for rest and digestion. Follow these steps. Inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely through your mouth for a count of 8. Repeat the cycle 4 times. This rhythmic breathing pattern signals to your brain that it's safe to relax, helping you drift off to sleep faster and stay asleep longer. Step 3. Visualize your happy place. Visualization is another effective way to distract your mind from worries and promote relaxation. Close your eyes and imagine a peaceful scene. Perhaps a serene beach, a cozy cabin in the woods, or a lush garden filled with flowers. Picture every detail vividly. The colors, sounds, smells, and textures. Allow yourself to fully immerse in this mental escape, letting go of any intrusive thoughts. Research shows that visualization activates the same neural pathways as actual experiences, tricking your brain into feeling calm and content. Practicing this technique regularly can train your mind to default to tranquility rather than stress. Step 4. Implement a consistent sleep routine. Finally, consistency is key to overcoming insomnia and preventing future episodes of waking up at odd hours. Establish a bedtime routine that includes winding down activities like reading, taking a warm bath, or practicing gratitude. Stick to a regular sleep schedule, even on weekends, to regulate your circadian rhythm. Avoid stimulants like caffeine and alcohol close to bedtime, and create a tech-free zone in your bedroom to minimize disruptions. By prioritizing healthy sleep habits, you'll not only improve the quality of your rest but also reduce the likelihood of experiencing nighttime awakenings altogether, transforming 3:30 a.m. into a gift. Waking up at 3:30 a.m. doesn't have to mean defeat. It can be a catalyst for change. By understanding the science behind this phenomenon, addressing the root causes of worry and insomnia, and implementing practical strategies to manage it, you can reclaim control over your sleep and your life. Remember, every challenge presents an opportunity for growth. The next time you find yourself awake in the middle of the night, ask yourself, what can I learn from this moment? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever woken up at 3:30 a.m.? What did you do to cope? Share your experiences in the comments below. We read every single one. Before you go, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Subscribe to our channel for more insightful content, and check out our playlist on mastering sleep and mental health. Together, we can turn those restless nights into restful ones. Sweet dreams.